Recap, you guys walked through Silverstrand, you made a deal with Wildwind to track down Stolen Branch, and trick him if you could into revealing some information to you so that they could be brought to Chandria to deem whether or not this was a punishable offense, which you ended up doing. And Wildwind has told you that you are to meet back with Chandria. She will come with you in this secondary trip to to converse with the princess of Australian. And you learned that Stolen Branch works with Prime Water, and you learned that there is a secret teleportation circle outside Astrozalian that only Stolen Branch appears to know. And I think that is it. Anything else you would like to mention?
We set up a buy with Stolen Branch.
Yes. Technically, that transaction took place as you exchanged money for goods.
Yes, we gave him half up front with the idea that we would deliver the other half when we received the weapons in Saltmarsh at
Mm-hmm.
the formerly haunted house.
Yep. The location of your last similarly constructed scam.
Is this your guys' scam house?
Not intentionally.
Are we going to TPK to a bunch of snakes?
If you go back to that house, probably.
Right.
No,
Wonderful.
you guys are level 5 now. I don't think that. I mean, I shouldn't say I don't think those snakes could kill you because.
Maybe the snakes leveled up too, okay?
Oh, oh no. Okay.
I thought that I like maybe my notes I wrote them in like a different part of my subject notebook. I just didn't take notes last session, so all right, cool.
That does not surprise me in the least, based on what happened last session.
I've taken some notes.
I know. I've heard some of them.
It's okay. That's why we have Craig.
Yep. All right. So you guys are in. Okay, hold on. Need to get my voice back. Okay. You guys are in the Silver Stand, and you have time to either set up some sort of ruse or conversation that you could be having with Stolen Branch that would bring you guys back to Astrozalian. Wildwind will suggest that it is, while she cannot lie to Stolen Branch, you guys can. So you guys have a substantial advantage over trying to pull one over on him compared to her. But, I mean, he can still theoretically tell if you are lying if you guys try to deceive him. What would you like to do? You have like a day before you would be able to travel again.
And to be clear, we need to go back to the place because we still have to find how to teleport.
Yes, and you also will be taken before the princess to share your evidence that you have.
Oh, and she is in that place.
Yes.
Okay, I did not understand that.
We're going back to the Silver Strand.
You guys are in the Silver Strand because you got brought back at the end of last session, and you've had a chance to. You've had a chance. I kind of like table talked through this last session where you shared everything you could with Wildwind, the High Matron, and she said that the best way now, because of how severe the situation how severe the situation is compared to how she thought, this has to be brought to Chandria herself. This is not something she can do on her own.
Yeah, we narked to the street cop. Now we got to narc to the inspector.
Yeah. But if you have nothing you'd like to do for like the day, we can just fast forward to the next day when Stolen Branch would be able to take you guys back, but you also need to think about how you would like to convince him to take you back for like so shortly after. Unless you guys want to wait, because you guys could definitely just wait a few more days, go back to Salt Marsh, wait till Astrozalian goes into the Feywilds.
You know what? We decided this is not our problem after all. Bye. Luck with the siege.
Wait, how would Astrozalian going back to the Feywild help anything?
It 100% would not. Is the kind of joke situation that's being set up. We could just basically ignore it from here on out if we wanted. Just say, F it, not our problem. We would not get any of the costs we've already incurred recouped. So I kind of don't recognize.
How
You don't have to do anything.
So this lady is like, you need to go talk to the princess. Is she arranging that for us? I mean, like, are we just going over and saying, hey, where's the royals? We got something to tell you. Hopefully you let a bunch of strangers talk.
She will go with you to arrange for that meeting if you decide to continue to pursue this and follow through.
But how will we convince Stolen Brand to take her with us and not be at all suspicious?
We don't need to. We don't have to explain any of it to him. We can, like, he can be the taxi driver, right? Like, the one getting us to the other side, but we don't have to, like...
It's not going to be suspicious to him. It's like, hey, taxi us and this lady.
Well, he knows the lady. Like, they're not strangers to one another. It's, we discussed, I don't know, we discussed something with her, and now we have business to take care of on the other side, right? Like, we don't have to, like, try to convince him of a thing that we're not doing. We just explain to him the thing that we are doing.
Right. I mean, I think as long as we've got the 500 gold, we can tell him it's just so beautiful there and we've got some time. We'd like to spend the day there.
Without Bakaris, who wants to run back home right away.
We can say Vicaris was so overwhelmed by the beauty that he needs to take a day to recover.
We brought him back home. Now we can go hang out for a longer period of time without him freaking out.
I like it.
That is definitely enough.
That is fully what happened to me at Disneyland when I took Logan the first time.
It could also be, we've also established, a relationship or an agreement with, this other lady, and she needs to put us in contact with someone on the other side, and he's the only one that'll get us there in a timely manner. Otherwise, we're waiting like months. I don't know how the transportation system works, but
I think he's the only transportation back and forth.
I thought there was like, you can get there, but he'll get you there now, but there's another way. It's just like really long and every now and then.
Basically that. While it's in the material plane, you can just sail to it. It's easier from where you guys are to do the teleportation, because that's just going to be easier no matter what. But while it's in the Feywilds, which will be like within the next 4-ish days, that will you won't just be able to sail there. You'll have to teleport, which he can still do, but it's not like it's a tourist site during the off season.
Yeah, I think, either scenario, right? Either that we just want to go back, it was so wonderful, but I don't buy that personally, because some of us mentioned that we should stay and then we left. So
Well, that's the thing. We can say we left because we brought someone back, and now we want to go back without them.
Yeah, that sounds.
I don't know.
That sounds more unbelievable than, hey, we have business to take care of with this lady.
The only problem with that is, what do we do if he asks what business?
He doesn't need to know.
None of his business.
He's not involved in it, but we're happy to pay his fee, to travel.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
I mean, that's just one way of doing it where we're not lying to anyone about anything, right?
Is that the route you want to take then, or?
I'm fine with that. I frankly don't see how in a timely fashion we can get in there other than going through him anyway. So
Right.
if we leave it as vague as possible and just say, hey, we need to get into Astra's Alien. Oh, really? Why? None of your business.
Well, you don't start with the none of your business. You just you do it with we struck a deal with this person, which is all true, right? Why are you going there? Get fucked, dude.
Take your gold and take us.
If anything, it makes sense for him not to ask anything, because that keeps any sort of not vision. It makes it so that there's no impression of an existing relationship between us and him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's it does not bring any attention to the fact that, oh, you did more yesterday than just bring them here and show them around? Really?
Maybe that's what we do if he asks. If he asks, oh, what business do you have? Just say, oh, well, if we had business with you, would you want us talking about it with other people? And clearly the answer to that is going to be no. If I had business with you, I wouldn't want you talking about it with other people. Okay, then. Do you want the 500 gold? Can we go?
Can we afford to go? By the way,
Yumi is broke. I don't know if you guys have money.
Who's in charge of the horde?
He's
The
not
person
here?
Not here.
Yeah, but who?
We have 5 rubies in there that are worth 100 gold each. We have 10 of them that are worth 100 gold each. We can just give him 5 of those. Although somehow there's 1,000 gold back in the group fund, and I'm desperately trying to figure out where that came from.
The 1,000 was what you guys
we got
paid.
paid. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. We got paid for going in. This is moving on to the new contract.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually they did try to arrange for the money back, but that has to come from Chandria. So yes, we can afford to pay out of the horde is the answer.
You could give him a couple trinkets worth 100 electrum each.
I don't know what that is, because I don't remember writing anything that vague. I don't know what that is.
Do you deal in electrum? Sarah?
Frequently.
I one time.
What was the city we came across? I can't even remember.
Lork. It was fucking Lork.
That's the only currency they take.
Made everyone so unreasonably angry.
I was confused.
I know. I don't know. I don't know what that note is, but yeah.
Is no one talking, or did?
Can you hear me, Adam?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
You must have had a hiccup because we were all joking about Lork.
Okay, no, I didn't.
Or your brain just tried to protect you and just shut down all noise when that happened.
It 6 one, half dozen the other. There's really no telling whether it was Discord or my broken noggin.
I said give him the rubies, dude.
I mean, we have 1,000 gold in there. We can give him coins if we just want to do that. Might as well.
Yeah, and we should be getting it all back after we are successful, he said optimistically.
All right, cool. Then we can afford to go, which is the important part that we need to do. What do you guys think? Just tell him, we're going with this girl to take care of another thing, and then he probably will be curious, but probably won't push too much. Is that the bet we're making?
Yeah, he might ask us
Uh-huh.
later, but hopefully
Yeah,
by then
probably
it
won't
won't
ask
be
in
an
front
issue.
of her.
I mean,
Yeah.
when he's in chains, he'll ask. That's for sure.
That's kind of my hope, is that by the time he has a chance to ask us, this will all be. But hope. So
That never goes well.
yeah,
Oh boy. All right. Okay. So you guys can take accommodation within the city for the night because it's going like this is only a trip you can make once a day anyway. Um Wild Wind will direct you somewhere comfortable and because you are currently under her employ, she is going to make sure that anything that you guys require will be provided to you. Um, is there any preparations you'd like to do beforehand during that night or in the morning?
I'm going to take the time to scribe the silence spell into my book of radiance. I think I called it.
You did call it that.
That is
And
a fantastic spell.
I thought you were going to say it's a fantastic name for the book, which is what I was just about to say, but silence is a very good spell, yes.
You know I'm biased for silence. All right.
I know you are.
That takes me a good 4 hours, I think. Yeah, and 100 gold worth of my inks.
Mhm.
How much of that did I buy? I bought like 500 gold of that, right? I know it was a bunch.
It was about that, yeah.
Okay, and I have used 150.
I would like to. I'd like to take my little dog figurine.
Uh-huh.
And what is it? Okay. I'd like to send it to fetch me wine.
I can do that. It can't get you like incredibly great wine based on its restriction, I believe. Oh no, it actually
Yeah.
can. It can. It has the possibility of getting you what would be fine wine, which costs 10 gold a bottle.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll take the figurine and kind of hold it in my clawed hands and just whisper to it, wine. And let it do whatever it does.
The stone, the stone itself, the crystal, holds its form, but the colorful nebula within it swirls and moves and pulls itself from the crystal and jumps from your palm to the ground and coalesces in the shape of a dog. Do you have a what kind of dog would you want it to be?
Oh yeah, I was supposed to pick a dog, wasn't I? Oh boy. Okay, it's that
Oh,
really
I think
ugly
you did.
dog. Yeah, it's that really. I was gonna pick a different one, like a real choice, but no, it's whatever that ugly looking dog
It's some
is.
kind of English breed. I don't remember what they're called,
Are
but
you talking about the dog that continually wins the ugliest dog award?
No. Where did we put that fucking photo? Where did we...
it's in this chat somewhere. It's the kind that have like a convex snout. Here he is. Here he is. Uh, oh god, that was not the way to do it. But there, if you click that link, there he is.
Oh, Staffordshire Terrier.
Yeah.
Spud, how dare you?
Yeah, a ugly spud dog.
Spuds Mackenzie? Wait, no,
Yep.
you
It
guys.
it actually
Okay.
just it.
I was
I
about
think
to say you guys
No,
are too young to know who that is, but
I've never
thank you.
seen
Dear
Spuds
God.
McKenzie, but I am familiar with Spuds McKenzie.
Yeah, so it's Spuds McKenzie.
Yeah. And as soon as it appears, it does the little like lowers its front half and wags its tail and then pounces forward, and the mist vanishes. And then, as quickly as it disappears, it returns in the same way, as if just as if pulling from the air and shaping in this little misty, colorful gaseous form, and drops the bottle for you, and sits down, pants and smiles, and then the mist returns to the crystal.
I kind of marvel at the crystalline dog figurine, hold it up to my ear and shake it a little bit. I'll
You
put it
hear a
put
dog scream.
it. um, Krellig nervously looks to make sure nobody caught what happened. He'll tuck the little figurine away and grab the bottle. Um, he'll pop it open in his beaked mouth. Um, I actually wanted to go check with Yop about what we talked about at the end of last game.
Sure, yeah, you guys have privacy. You have quartered rooms and such. You can have that conversation.
Yeah, I'll knock on Yop's door. I assume we all have different rooms and whatnot.
Hello? Who is it?
It's me. I thought I'd just check to see how you doing.
Oh, hello, Kralik. Would you like to come in?
Yeah,
Come on in.
or
What can I help you with?
I got this wine for you.
Ooh.
It's open.
Yop doesn't care. Ooh, nice. Thank you.
Yeah, it should be real good. I sent a dog after it.
I'm gonna be muting myself.
You sent to who?
Yeah, it's one of these, and I'll pull out the little crystal dog figurine. Yumi got me
Oh.
this.
Oh.
It makes a dog, I guess, wine.
That's very handy.
It's pretty good, yeah. I was wondering, look, we all go deal with that guy again tomorrow, yeah. And I thought maybe do the others know about the waterman?
I don't know that they do. I think we had that conversation. I haven't had a chance to fill everyone else in. Perhaps we should do that before we go tomorrow.
I was thinking that, yeah. That way everyone kind of has the most information.
Yes, that's a very wise idea. Let's go get the others now.
Or
And Yop will wander over to Yumi's room first. Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Yumi, would you mind coming with Krellik and I for a moment? We're going to get Zashel and share some information that Krellik learned.
Sure.
Oh, excellent. Follow us. Hello, Zashel. Hello.
Come in, writing.
And Zashel is interrupted by Yop and Betty and Krellik and Yumi. And is the wine fetching dog with us, or is that?
no, it's in the.
Okay.
It's yeah.
So we all pile in. Hello, Zashel. Krellik discovered some information in his private conversation with Stolen Branch yesterday, and after conferring with me, we put two and two together, and it sounds like Stolen Branch confirmed to Krellik that he knows and has done previous work with Gellin Prime Water. What did he say to you exactly, Krellik?
Oh, see, he was talking about I asked him who he knew, in Saltmarsh, and he said that he dealt with the waterman, and I thought, right, you all wanted to know, right, like, who he knew, so I asked him.
Yes, yes, and as we were leaving, Krellick spoke to me about the fact that Stolen Ranch knew the waterman, and I thought, well, the waterman, that must mean Dasani. But Krellick assured me no, that wasn't the name he said. And then when I asked if perhaps it was Prime Water was the name, Krellick was very excited and said, yes, yes, that's definitely who it was.
Yes, Prime.
So we have, it sounds like we have some confirmation of what we had already expected, which is wonderful. It it is unfortunate that I was not able to get said information in the whisper jar, but no matter, we will be able to get him when he delivers the goods we purchased.
That is very good work. Did he, when he mentioned Gellin, Prime Water, the waterman, he just said that he had done some work recently, or that he had.
Well, he didn't really say anything like that, but it was more like that. See, off what he's doing, yeah, he's obviously moving things from place to place. He has to have someone there to work with because he can't be there all the time. So it's probably whoever handles the business for him in Saltmarsh, or um Prime Water is just doing a lot of buying. But I mean, the way I sees it, they definitely working. Is this the main that the little one in that building you all go into?
The little one in the building we all go into.
Yeah, you always walking in that building, chatting around with people. Is that the one you said don't go asking about what he's doing?
I'm afraid I'm confused at what you're.
I believe,
referring
I
to.
believe you're talking about Anders. I don't
Oh,
believe.
Gellin is an older human gentleman, fond of fancy parties. I don't believe you've had the pleasure of meeting him. No, he is not the one that we are, whose safety we are concerned for.
Right.
No, that doesn't mean you can punch him, Krellick.
Look, I gotta be able to punch somebody.
Well, I understand, but I presume that when these weapons get delivered, there will be plenty of opportunities for punching.
All right, if you promise you'll. All right.
I promise that when these weapons get delivered, you'll be able to punch something.
Grelick gives you an excited thumbs up.
I give him a thumbs up back and a little wink.
Okay, do you have any other business you want to talk about right now?
Sounds like no.
What? No, I definitely. We want to. What is, in terms of our discussion with Chandria tomorrow, the Lady Chandria, what are we trying to get out of this? Should they require our help? We know they'll probably ask us to get more proof. And we kind of know this based simply on the fact that we're meeting with her in the first place. We know that this has gone farther than they suspected that it had. Is there anything we can think of that we would, I don't want to say insist upon, as in can we think of things that we might be able to or would want to request from the Lady Chandria, so that if we have negotiations tomorrow, we're not doing it last minute. We'll have thought about some of this.
I've thought about something. I'd like to be there when they get him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I doubt that will be an issue, since I think we will be assisting with the takedown, but
Well, to that end, I also assumed that we would be assisting both with the takedown of Stolen Branch and with the takedown of the people at the formerly haunted house. But I would like to request uh, that she send some people to the haunted house along with us. It would be much easier, one, to prove the allegations if people are caught red-handed, and two, to transport them back if we have her assistance in that matter. Otherwise, not only do we have to capture them during the weapons delivery, but we have to manage a way to bring both the weapons and the culprits back here. That sounds very difficult.
Well, it's possible that I mean, he's like all right back and forth, so maybe maybe he tags along and is just in the building where we're talking to that lady, and then tomorrow she's like, oh, they arrest him, and then he's already there because we brought him.
tomorrow, you mean? I don't know that they plan to move against him that early, but it's...
I mean, you never know.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's worth considering.
Yeah, because I so I'm choking on a bug. I think a bug is in my mouth right now.
Yop looks carefully for a part of the shell that is not covered in spikes and starts vigorously patting him on the back. It's okay, get it out. Put your hands up.
I mean, we still need to get access to that circle like we promised them, right? What if we hand him over too early and they can't get access to it somehow?
Yeah, how did that go with Vicaris, by the way?
He said he was close, but it was just a little out of reach, I think.
A little like fey lightning bug coughs out of Krellick's mouth. He like watches it float around a little bit and then snatches it back into his mouth and eats it.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Right. So what I was saying, yeah, is that maybe they just do it all tomorrow because, like, he's there and, they don't got to chase him around. It's like, I brought you your dinner and your slippers and all that.
Hmm. Well, if they move on him tomorrow, there's really not much we can do at that point. We can certainly assist with his takedown at that point, but beyond that, the only thing they may ask us to do is recover the weapons previously sold to Galen Primewater.
Which we can do.
Yeah. And then we can break some legs.
Assuming that they're still in his. Assuming they're still where you saw them to begin with is the problem.
That is true. That would be ideal, but if not, we can track them down and, or at least try to track them down. But there is the matter that Yumi mentioned about the teleportation circle. Do we know, uh, was Vicaris able to find out any information about it?
Sarah?
Um, oh, he has a familiarity, but he does not have it memorized.
Hmm.
We know the
Well,
building. I mean, vaguely, we know the building where the teleport circle can be found. It's the building that we teleported to initially. We walked to it on our way back from the market. If we can simply remember how we got there and where it was, if it was on its own, that would certainly make it easier.
The circle is just outside the city. It's outdoors, and made from like roots and plant growths and such.
well, perhaps if we could create a distraction just after we teleport, I might have some time to create a rough sketch, and between that and my memory and my knowledge of things magical, it might be enough to get us the information so they'll be able to use it without stolen branch.
It's
Yeah, I
definitely
would.
worth a try.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
hmm,
what about just asking?
Asking.
Like asking him how he does it?
oh well, I think the problem there is that he makes quite a bit of profit by being the only one who knows.
If you yourself knew a valuable smuggling route and somebody simply asked you, hey, how are you getting things into and out of town so easily? Does that seem like a question that you would answer?
Depends if I like them and if they're paying. I thought, well, see, here's the thing. I asked him about, the man in Saltmarsh, and he told me. Maybe I ask him about this. He tells me too.
You are certainly welcome to try. I would just caution you to make sure that we're not attracting more attention than we really need to right now. If you can do it discreetly, by all means.
Don't you worry. Discretion is my middle name. I am very so.
I'm glad you're good at that. I don't think I could do something like that.
I suppose the worst that happens is he tells you to mind your own business. So it would probably be a little less welcome from some of the rest of us, I think. You seem to have hit it off with him fairly well.
Yeah, it's we're like we're like peers. Yeah.
Yes. Thick as thieves, you two are.
All right, so what time tomorrow we meeting the lady?
That's a
You
good
guys can
question, did
decide.
they say?
You guys can decide.
Well, for me, I'd prefer to do it early. Get this done with so we can, if we need to get to Salt Marsh, we can set out as quickly as possible. But ultimately, it's whatever works best for everyone.
I think it'd be nice to sleep in a little bit. Enjoy ourselves.
I do always like sleeping in.
Noon then?
Oh, noon sounds wonderful.
That sounds good.
Okay. Oh, we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. So you guys can all retire, unless there's anything else you need to do.
Nope.
Nope.
Finish my scribing.
Cool. Go to sleep. Wake up in the morning. Zashel at dawn to watch the sun, which is difficult to see through the dense canopy. Um, I'm trying to think if you would have any messages or anything. Nope, I don't think you're. I think you're good. And at noon, do you go to find the High Matron first, or do you go to talk to Stolen Branch?
Don't we want to talk to the matron, and then
Yeah,
she
Yeah.
I was
knows how
about
to.
to say.
I don't think we know how to get in touch with Stolen Branch here.
You know where he lives.
Huh. There you go.
Still think
That's where.
it's better to talk to the High Matron since she has a stronger relationship with him and let her be the one to be like, hey, Stolen Branch, get over here. Rather than us
Yeah.
doing.
No, sorry, no problem. You can. When you find her again, she tells you, "Now, us all going together might not immediately draw suspicion, but in the event that it might, perhaps you should all speak up forward and say that us us all teleporting together has nothing to do with anything. We are not related in our goals, as this is not something that I can admit to." And after she offers that light wisdom, she calls for Stolen Branch, who shows up not long after, well, like 20 minutes or so, with his box of chalks. As this is the High Matron, he makes a very good show of displaying compliancy and willingness to serve, and he draws the circle uh, at her meeting hall where you all are. Again, using those layered colors so that, frankly, none of you can even see hardly any of the designs or patterns or runes being being used. Um,
If
and
I know you said last time if I use detect magic, I can see the aura of it, but I can't see the actual design of it, which is fine.
uh-huh.
Since this sigil would be useless to me anyway. I would like to detect magic and just try to pay attention to the like, I'm air quoting, signature of the spell to see if I can at least try to find that again later, if that makes sense.
Um, Give me another word. What are you looking for?
I'm trying to be able to. I'm trying to pay attention to the particular aura that I see with the circle that he's creating, so that when we get to the destination, I can try to look for that particular aura at that
Oh,
location.
okay,
Like,
I
even though I
see.
can't see the actual design of it, and I would never be able to recreate it for them, I can at least say it's vaguely over that direction or something similar along those lines.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so how so how these auras work is they're more or less color based on the school of magic. Um so it's so you because it's conjuration, I believe. I could be wrong about this, but conjuration auras are orange.
Right?
So you would be able to find that again if you were to search through. Theoretically, you know, if nothing in the area is also conjuration magic, but even then it still narrows the field substantially. Yeah.
Simultaneously, having seen him draw this once before and realizing I can't see any of the colors, or I can't see most of the colors, I would like to make an attempt to watch his hands as he's drawing things and see if I can recognize through hand movements any sigils or runes that he might be drawing, and in relation to what other sigils and runes he might be drawing, just in an attempt to gather as much information as I can so that I have some shot at piecing it together at some point.
Sure. I'll allow that. This will be an investigation check, but the DC is incredibly high.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Turtle power.
27. Holy shit.
Okay. The
One away
DC
from a nat
was
20.
yeah, the DC was a 25. Um do you have like are you attempting to make a note of this yourself? Or are you just trying to get it in your head and going to write it down later?
I'm trying to get it in my head so that I can write it down and sketch it out as soon as I'm out of his, as soon as I think I'm out of his sight.
Okay. And I'm assuming you don't have the keen mind feature?
I do not have the keen mind feature.
Okay. I'm going to have you make an intelligence check.
Mm-hmm. Just straight intelligence.
Yeah, I think so. Actually, Arcana. You can roll Arcana.
Yeah, Arcana's
Yeah.
gonna work out better for me, or maybe it
Ooh.
won't. I'm
Okay.
gonna burn inspiration on that.
All right.
This is 28.
Perfect. Okay. Um all right. So what this is going to get you, like even though like it's a 25 and you hit that first DC, it's not
Mhm,
going to give you the exact circle, but you know all of these pieces. You
mhm.
might not know where they go, but you have them in your mind and you have the confidence that you will be able to remember them until you can get them down.
Mhm.
Oh
Um,
man.
those are very high rolls. I didn't want to interrupt you while you were talking, Sarah, but I was gonna try to do this before we spoke, like while they were speaking to the lady. I didn't realize like the scene was gonna like just transition quickly.
Oh, sure,
Um,
sure, whatever. Yeah, come on. Yeah.
I'd like to ritually cast Speak with Animals to try to find like a little fey, like a tiny fey animal, that like I can chat up, and I'm gonna ask to see what I'm talking to it about is I'm checking to see like, hey, will you mind keeping an eye on a friend of mine? Like, do you want to? Can you do me a favor and keep an eye on a friend of mine when I tell you to, and I'll give you whatever your food you want.
Sure. Is this that you are still in the material when the teleportation circle is being cast? Do you want to cast this in the material, or would you prefer to cast this in the wilds?
Um, Well, it's because like the teleportation will take everything, right? Like it will
Yeah.
take everything with. So like if the creature's on me, it'll come with me. Yeah.
So yes, so you could get something here and bring it with you. Yes.
Yes, yeah, because like it'll be weird to try to do this there while he's like around, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
Stolen
also, I just said,
branches.
like, while in the Fae, and I just remembered you're not technically going to the Fae. It's so stupid complicated.
Right.
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 I didn't write this. Well, I didn't write that particular bit of lore.
So yeah, I'm just trying to get like a small animal to see if they will do me this favor. So it's the ritually casting speak with animals and then ritually casting beast sense.
Sure, I will say you can. I will say that you have the time to do that. Um, what would you rather have, a little field mouse or a tree frog?
Ooh, tree frog for sure.
It's kind of what I assumed. Yeah. All right. Yeah, you can have a little frog sitting on your shoulder for a little bit until you know, you tell it to do whatever you like.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Then boom. Okay, you guys are taken to Astrazalian. Um, and immediately Wild Wind, once you're here, says, I have a bit of a favor I'd like to ask all of you. And even though she cannot directly lie, she still has the capability of deception. And she says, if you would all mind attending me for a little while, Stolen Branch, I'd also like to have you there. Your common is a little bit sharper than mine. And he looks a little, not puzzled, but a little intrigued and maybe a little worried, but he hides it well. And he says, of course. And she, as if she knows the way very well, Wildwind begins taking you all towards the city, towards the castle. Is there anything you'd like to do before you get there?
I'll try to chat up Stolen Branch a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll tell my little frog friend, like tuck into my shell a little bit,
Ew.
so you kind of hide in some of the folds.
Ew.
Um,
Ew.
Hey, this is
Ew.
turtle anatomy, okay? I didn't make it.
That kind of makes it worse, I think.
I'll give you some cheese after. All right.
Can frogs eat cheese?
I don't know.
Continue. I'm curious. I'll be looking this up on my own.
Okay,
Continue.
cool.
What question you ask, or what do you say?
I will greet him. Um, uh, um, okay. I forgot his name for a minute. Stolen Branch. He's Stolen Branch.
I good to see you again.
I'm surprised to see you all so soon. Did you miss it that badly?
Yeah, I tried to convince the others that we should have just stayed. Because I liked it quite a bit here. They was all like, "No, we gotta go back. We're so busy." And now, hey, look, we're back. Right, so I was right, and they're out 500 gold. So who's on top? Credit.
Well, no offense, but I think I'm the one who's coming out on top.
I give him a little a jovial nudge my elbow, but it is too strong.
Right. He falters.
I'll like steady him for.
Oh, sorry about that. I forget how big I am sometimes. Very forgetful I am.
I see.
I'll look surreptitiously around and kind of lean into him as we walk.
Hey, you know how to speak Orcish, yeah?
No, that's a rather foul language.
Alright, well, we'll just keep this on the down low, yeah, between us. it's just that every time we come here, right? It's like, look, what you're doing is so fucking cool, right? I'm just so impressed by it. I know, look, I normally don't gush like this around people, because I'm pretty cool myself. But honestly, just everything you got going on here, Mr. Branch, is so cool. How do you do it? I mean, how are you the one that knows the only way? How do you do it?
Let me roll a persuasion check.
It's a 7.
His brow creases in what looks like the first suspicious appearance glance as he looks ahead to the high matron, who's not terribly far away, possibly still within earshot, but you don't know how keen her hearing is. And he says, "Perhaps some other time I can discuss this, but this is a sacred and secret method of travel that I have learned from my mother, and it has been for everyone's better that as few people as do know the way can actually use the way. It is,
Awesome.
well, I am trusted with knowing who should and should not be coming through this particular avenue, and
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is
that makes
best that
sense.
I do not abuse that trust.
I understand completely. Say no more. Family secrets. is is your mom still alive yet?
No,
I'm sorry to hear that. Me mom and dad is dead as well.
that is the way of the world.
Yeah. My dad gave me well, he gave me his shell, right? So when he died, I took that. Um, Someone took that from me a long time ago. I've been trying to find him, but no luck. I thought maybe, cause you seem to know a lot of people. Maybe you might have known someone who had a large turtle shell. But we talk later about it. Yeah, we share. Look, I share a secret with you. Yeah, you share secrets with me.
Roll another persuasion check.
It's 20.
His brow remains a little creased, and he says, "Later we can speak."
I give him a knowing nod and steps to give him his space, as we continue on.
Okay. Anything else for anyone else?
While that is going on, as soon as the conversation starts, Yop tips Betty over
Okay.
and declares, oh no, Betty, what's wrong? Don't wait up. I'll catch up in no time. I just have to diagnose what has gone wrong with Betty here." And Yop will get down on one knee and make a big show of very loudly and wildly gesticulating to cast mending and say, oh, that doesn't seem to be doing enough of the trick right now. Hold on one second. Let me take a closer look. And then she will pull out some ink and
I
some
d-
paper and frantically start scribbling
Is this a good
everything.
time for me to have elbowed our man to
Perfect.
distract him?
Perfect.
could you
Right.
give me a performance check, and I will grant you the advantage?
Okay.
Man, the turtles just have this incredible pendulum of luck.
I've written. Not only does no one buy that something's wrong with Betty, but in my frantic rush to scribble down these notes, I've scribbled them half on the paper and half on Betty's side.
Yes. Stolen Branch, who has taken an interest in Betty since you spent so long talking to him about her yesterday, does come over to investigate and offer assistance.
I cast Mending again to basically erase the runes and whatnot that you might recognize from her side. Right? And say, oh no, she's back up and running. It's really quite an amazing bit of engineering. All it takes is a simple cantrip to get her back on her feet. And Betty will squawk and do a circle around Stolen Branch and sort of poke at his pockets a little bit. I think she would like some sort of treat.
Could you... You can roll a deception check. You do have to beat this 19.
Yeah, this is not going to work.
When Betty comes up to him, he squats down to investigate, to get eye level with her, and catches sight of these marks, because I don't believe Mending can erase marks like that. If you have prestidigitation, I would allow that, but I don't think Mending will do it.
I do have prestidigitation, but I wouldn't have cast it because that would have been weird.
What if Mending is reforging the molecular bonds at the surface?
That's sort of what I was thinking, is that Mending wouldn't work on anything else, but since Mending on this thing is really healing, right?
No, I see what you're saying. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
That's not gonna do it. It was a 15. All right. Okay. Oh God. Oh, Logan came in and gave me a very upsetting look. Okay. No. No. Oh, I apologize. Okay. So, if are you sticking with Mending then?
Yeah, I mean that's what I would have cast, so I'm not gonna.
No problem. I'm just giving you the opportunity because you know your magic and everything. But if that's what you were gonna do, then yes. So, being at eye level with Betty, Stolen Branch just begins kind of investigating her head and looking for whatever possible injury or slight you mentioned, and catches sight of the marks, and his brow creases, and he puts his hand to the marks and then looks at you, Yop, with confusion, and says, "Where did you see this?"
See what? The plans for Betty? No, I made those all on my own. I'm quite a skilled engineer.
His hand wipes against the wing where these marks are, and smears away the shape, and stands up and says, "Where did you see those marks?"
I get down on one knee, and I look closer at Betty's side, and I look at the smudges, and I point to them. I go, "Oh, you mean this thing?"
His his jaw clenches and he nods.
Is there a problem?
Oh, well, it seems like Stolen Branch is interested in what has happened to Betty and what gunk has gotten on her when she fell on the ground here, but I can't see what this is at all. It looks just like a smudge.
Is Betty okay?
She is now.
Broken, right?
If she ain't broken, I will. I hate that fucking bird.
Betty.
We are keeping the High Matron waiting. If Betty is fine, can we please continue? High Matron,
I
my
don't like
apologies.
the way that bird looks at me.
You're just
Krellick, we can resolve this later. I'm afraid Zashel's right. I'm so sorry, High Matron. Betty will be more careful.
She has stopped about 10 feet away and has turned to look at you. And Stolen Branch looks to her and says, "Lady Kethlis, I apologize. I have something I must attend to," and begins to walk away. Uh, and as soon as he turns around, her hand extends and the road erupts in a tangling mass of roots and vines that grab him and snatch at him and pull him to the ground. And he uh, he tries to teleport away, and he can. And
If
yeah,
he's going to cast, I will counterspell.
he can't. This is his racial feature.
Okay, then I
Yeah.
can't do anything about that.
Yeah. Yeah, he teleports with face step and vanishes and is sprinting down the road. Didn't expect that to happen, so give me a second to get you guys a battle map.
Um, never mind. Never mind. I was gonna ask if I could do something, but it's like it's moving too fast. It's
No, we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. Let's get initiative.
Crash. Hold on.
Oh no. I will get you guys on a map. There you go.
let me put my Toki down.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, classic 5. I do have a question. Would I be close to him because we were walking together a bit? I know he's teleported away, but like positioning wise, would I be closer or would I be with the group?
About where you are is about what it would be.
Cool, sick.
Yep. Okay. And I don't think I set a token for her, but we will just do this. Come on. There we go. Okay, and all right, that looks like everybody. Yeah.
Wait, am I crazy? Do I just not see my there?
You are not here. I'll add you, but I see your role. Okay. Yop is first.
I will
Okay. I will start running up this way, and as I do, I am working a small bellows on the backside of my shield, and I will be casting grease.
Oh.
Right there.
Okay.
And let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So, oh, whoops, don't need to do that. And I'll finish my movement right up here.
Okay. I believe a 17 makes your save, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Bonus action, Betty action?
Betty's coming up with me. And I think that's going to be it.
Okay. You and me?
I will come over here and I'll shoot at Stolen Branch.
Okay. That'll hit. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, I don't think that hits.
That it for you? Bonus action?
I will action surge and try to hit again.
Okay. Oof. Yeah. Right.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh. Okay.
All right, that is all I can do.
All right. All right, and it's his turn. Let's see. Oh.
We're initiative tied. Do we have to tie break it?
It's
What's
based on
your
dexterity.
what's your dex mod?
The score or modifier?
Modifier.
2 plus 2.
Okay. His is a +3, so we'll just keep it as it is.
Sick.
All right. Okay. He looks to his left, and Yop, you can see that he looks scared, and you can see
Mhm.
why. There is a guard around the corner. But his haste step recharges, and so he goes
I
another.
think he needs to make another deck save.
I think
since
he
he starts
does.
in
Yep.
the grease.
Okay.
Look at that.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Started you guys too far up, it looks like. So we can teleport clear up to there, and then you can run another 30 beyond that. All right. Just make a note of that. And he's going to. Nope, he's not gonna cast anything yet. All right. Krellick?
Okay. Okay. I will reach up towards my back, start taking a run. I'm gonna leap over top of Yop. That'll get me 5, 10, 15, 20,
Land in the grease.
25, 30. Right? No, oh, because I can only move 40. Sorry. I was down. I think I was right there ish.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I leap over Yop and I land here. So like over her, over the grease stain. Where is he now in relation to me? He's further, yeah?
Yeah, he is an additional 40 feet away.
40 feet. Oh no. Okay. Okay. If I wanted to throw my frog at him, would that be an action?
Yes. Yeah, Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I pull my hand back from my shell with my tree frog friend. I'm going to look at him. I can't speak to him, like he doesn't fully understand me anymore, but I'm gonna look at him and say,
I never even got your name. You are the chosen one.
and I'm gonna reach back and then hurl this tree frog at the back of that elf's head.
Okay, it's a strength check. I don't believe you are proficient with improvised weapons, which this frog does count as.
Excellent. Okay. Flat strength.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 16.
Okay, a 16 doesn't hit him.
Oh no, my poor frog friend. Well, he had a life.
I didn't say he was dead, but
Um. That's my turn. I don't have a bonus action. That's like well, he's
you have a
he's how
secondary
far
attack,
away?
right?
I do have a secondary attack.
You want to throw an axe?
Oh, no,
Okay.
no. I don't think I do. Um, fuck. He's gonna move so far. No, that's my turn. I've wasted time. That's my turn.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we have Wild Wind as well as what now appears to be several guards on the street, as this is a pretty heavily fortified city. That are all going to attack him. Oh, let's see how well this works out. Oh, let's hold on one moment. Okay. So, oh my god. I have some very, very good news. So the first who is here teleports around this building. They see the movement, they see the attacks, they see someone fleeing, and this person runs this direction and sees a fleeing Eladrin and puts their hand out and then drops their fingers downwards, and a light gray mist falls over Stolen Branch, and it's amazing, Yumi. You happen to take Stolen Branch down enough HP that this very high level cast of sleep is just enough to knock him unconscious. Um, oh, he is immune. That's right. Oh, actually, yeah, he is.
All of
Oh,
these guys
wait,
are immune.
Wouldn't
They
the
actually,
would know
elf
that.
know that
wait,
elf's
hold on. No,
immune?
wait, hold on. Um, I'm reading this. It doesn't actually say that these Eladrin are immune to sleep.
Oh boy.
I mean, player Eladrin are, so I
No, they
kind of
are.
assumed that
Oh boy.
NPC. But
Well,
hey, no, you know
well,
what?
we can either play with you guys tracking down and trying to fight this level 10 spellcaster, or we can do it this way. um, you know what? I'm going to just leave it to some dice. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah. A luck check for you guys. This is just gonna work. I'm just gonna let that ride because the dice were kind. All right, but we have oh, coming out this way. We'll get some more dice going. One moment. That is a very interesting thing that it doesn't specify that. I mean, we've had issues with that before with monsters. It happens.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some inconsistencies between them. So
Yep. Okay. Let's see what we got. 37, 43, 36, and 50. Okay, let's see. Okay, wait. Yumi, do you have... Is your max 37?
Yes.
All right. And Zashel, yours is 43?
hit points. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. So Yumi falls unconscious. And then let's see. Math. And Yop will also fall unconscious. Can Betty fall unconscious?
She's a construct.
Yeah, I don't think.
know
I
the
don't think the
answer.
steel.
I
I don't
don't
think the
think
steel
so.
defender does.
I don't think so. But that is that. Zashel, you're up.
The guards seem to have him. So I will come over here and use my action to wake up Yumi.
Okay.
And then just sort of, that was 10 feet of movement. I'll take my other 20 towards Stolen Branch.
Okay. Yop is asleep. Yumi, your turn.
Yeah, but Betty kicks me and wakes me up.
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
Um,
sure.
why am I on the ground? And she'll stand up and move 15 feet close. That's it.
Okay. You want to take any actions or anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Krellick, your turn.
All right. Do I see where my frog went?
Yeah.
All right. How far away is it?
20 feet from you.
Okay. I'll walk the 20 feet to pick him up, and be like,
You were so brave. I thought maybe you'd get on him and poison him. I'm sorry I threw you.
and put him back onto my shell. If he'll come, he can jump away if he likes. He's a
Ribbit.
free spirit. And then I'll walk another 20 feet towards our sleeping friend.
Okay.
Am I at him or near him?
Yes.
Okay.
You're there, yeah.
Oh. Do I have equipment? Yeah, I got all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I'll take I'll reach onto my one of my harnesses and undo the rope, and then hog tie this elf.
Okay, and on their turn, the Eladrin Guardian, which is who was nearest to you, starts speaking to you first in Sylvan, then in Elvish, and then in Common. As Wildwind steps forward and begins very, very quickly trying to explain the situation to the others that are closing in. I mean, that's actually going to be the end of that combat because she can explain what is happening and Stolen Branch is tied. Yeah, I'm not going to make you.
You should blindfold him. It's far harder to cast spells when you can't see your targets. You should blindfold him.
Are you saying that to Krellick?
I'm saying that to who's ever around him, basically.
Okay.
I'll tear off some of his clothing and tie it around his eyes, and then tear a bit more off and put a gag on him.
All right. So these nights after they speak with Wildwind for a minute, she approaches all of you and says, "We should take him to the princess now." And one of the guards goes to pick up the unconscious body and starts walking the direction you guys had all been headed.
I am sorry that this went down this way. I'm sure this will cause difficulties for all of us, but hopefully we can still salvage this situation.
I think him running should prove better for all of us and all of these witnesses and guards in the streets. This has turned to our favor.
Let's hope. Let us hope.
Okay. So, you're
But
all.
what
Hmm?
if he refuses to help you travel to and from this place?
She looks a little sad and then she says, "Then we shall only visit in the summer and in the spring, and we shall be sailing and visiting by boat."
Does that mean if he doesn't help, we're stuck here?
No, not forever, anyway.
Surely there are other wizards who have mastered the art of teleportation circles. Sadly, I am not that powerful.
We might yet find someone within the city, but there are none in the Silver Stand.
Understood.
And you guys are taken to the castle. This castle is at the root of that incredibly tall tower. And as I believe I mentioned, or maybe I didn't, the interior is decorated with tapestries of the nobility of the house in battle. And with your escort and with the High Matron, you are taken immediately to audience, which is this great hall that is filled with both soldiers and what looks like friends. There are plenty of folk here that are they're having fun, drinking and talking and eating pleasantly and enjoying company and laughing loudly. Even the guards seem lax, um, and happy. And at the dais, which is built to the center of this chamber with massive ceilings and hanging tapestries uh, and lights, is this incredible figure, this fey woman who is easily 8 feet tall, um, with sort of cropped hair and an assortment of armors that appear to be more of tokens of combat and victory um, than any uniform. And by her side is a great sword that is easily as long as like Vicaris is tall, and it is crafted similarly to the one that Krellick saw the other day, where one side of it is glass, but that glass is ignited in a crackling light that sparks from yellow to green to blue to red in this bright dance of energy. And she is sitting in the throne sideways with one leg over the arm and leaning over the other and just eating bread off of a plate. Um, and when you all enter, she doesn't turn to look at you, but you can see that she tilts just a little bit in your direction, and you know she has seen you. And um, and the High Matron immediately goes to Neil And Chandria stands and drops the plate to the floor. And again, she towers and loudly steps down the stairs of the dais to approach you all, dusting her hands off and rubbing her mouth, and just says, "Hey, there seems to be a commotion. Looks like you've acquired an escort. This is an interesting group. Odd that travelers are the ones not bound. Catholis, what's happened?" And the High Matron doesn't look up, but very briefly explains that you have caught a traitor and he tried to escape. And then she looks to, while still kneeling, she looks to all of you to continue the explanation. And Chandria shifts her weight, so she's leaning back a little bit on her heels, and crosses her arms and looks down her nose at all of you with a childish smile.
Oh boy, oh boy. Satchel looks at everybody. Greetings, Lady Chandria. We represent the Lighthouse franchise of Acquisitions Incorporated, located in Saltmarsh. We had been, shall we say, contracted to try to ascertain the reason that 3 crates of fine elvish weapons stamped with the seal of Titania were found within the basement of a home within Saltmarsh. One of the members of our franchise, has Vicaris ever given us his last name? I think I asked this before and I've already forgotten the answer.
I don't think he has, actually.
One of our companions, Vicaris, is an Eladrin as well. I don't want to say like yourself, since I don't know if there are. Anyway.
Her smile pulls a little in the corner and shows some teeth.
We brought to the attention of Kiara Shadowweaver the presence of those weapons within Saltmarsh. Vicaris was concerned that perhaps those weapons were stolen from your stocks here, and that they might be something you would need for your upcoming conflict with the Fomorian.
While Zashel is talking, Yop is digging in Betty's mouth and pulling out the whisper jar.
I thought it's been strapped to your back. I didn't realize it was in Betty.
Betty's mouth is always slightly open to capture whatever sounds
Oh.
are necessary. Yes.
Weird. Okay. All right. Yeah, fine. All right. Continue, Ted.
We spoke with the High Matron. We spoke with High Matron Kethlis and High Patron Thovel, and they requested our assistance in attempting to ascertain from Stolen. Please tell me Stolen Branch is still asleep while I'm saying all this.
Yes, he is.
Okay. In ascertaining whether or not Stolen Branch was responsible for the theft of the weapons, if they were indeed stolen. I will guess from both our conversations with Stolen Branch and his behavior that has landed us all here now that we can assume the weapons were in fact stolen. We spoke with him the other day. He took us past some of your guards into one of the armories below, where I believe powerful magic relics were kept. Indicating his willingness to sell those weapons to us. In fact, we have, in an effort to catch him directly in the act and make this available to you, arranged for a buy of further weapons from your stores, similar 3 crates to those already procured and found in Saltmarsh. We had hoped to discuss this issue with you without alerting Stolen Branch, but unfortunately there was circumstances that are unimportant. The point is he caught on, tried to run, and now we are here.
She chews the inside of her cheek and is kind of smiling rather smugly and just says, "Very interesting. Very interesting. And you then know where these artifacts are being hidden. Is that correct?"
We know where they were at least a week ago. We suspect we have no reason to believe that they have been moved. We also have some idea of where the teleportation circle is kept. Unfortunately, my companion Vicaris was unable to completely locate it, but I think given time, he would be able to ascertain its full location.
About
I have some sense of what that circle might look like,
And I'll do my best to sketch out everything that I ascertained.
okay. And you play stuff from the Whisper Jar?
Yeah, assuming she wants to hear firsthand, I'll let her know that we have a recording of all or most of our conversations, if not all of our conversations with Stolen Branch, and we can replay whatever she'd like to hear.
Zashel, with advantage, roll me persuasion.
21.
Okay. When you pull out the jar, she just waves her hand dismissively and says, "All right. So these artifacts are compromised, as I understand it, and you say that there have been some that have already left the kingdom?"
Yup, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong here, or Vicaris if he were here. I believe he said the crates were full of weapons.
Yes, that's correct.
I don't know.
That is what Dasani and I saw.
Yes, they're not. I don't believe the same sort of items that Stolen Branch was offering to us yesterday, but they are still items missing from your armories, at the very least.
She nods and says, "All right. So as I understand it, there is some debt that must be repaid. I feel it might be, should we say, fruitless, a fool's errand for you to try to track down all of these items that have gotten away. Who knows how long it's been since this Stolen Branch has been operating thusly. Perhaps there is something I can ask of you to do for me instead. I've never really believed that armaments make an army, but the strength of its numbers and the might of its men." And she turns around to look at the people within her audience hall who have all grown much quieter but don't look solemn yet. And her fingers twitch and the great sword at the side of the throne vanishes in mist and then reappears in her hand in the same way. And she turns back around and says, "Perhaps there is a favor I could ask of you to repay on behalf of this trader and the city that he's profited from."
Okay. I mean, we're definitely for hire.
She grins.
And on the
As
we are
long as
happy
it's
to
not
help,
illegal.
and given some time, I believe we could attempt to retrieve the items from Saltmarsh.
You believe that whatever you found would be the only weapons that have been taken?
No, I have no way of guaranteeing that, but if they are supplies that you need, we could at least attempt to return them where they belong. Certainly, they belong here more than they belong in the hands of someone contracting for stolen items.
Yeah, he's probably been doing this for like a real long time, so, you know.
She moves the great sword and plants it between her 2 feet and then leans over it towards you all so she's closer to eye level with each of you and says, "I could agree to this, but I find you called yourselves Acquisitions Incorporated. Perhaps there's something you could acquire for me that could prove more valuable than empty blades."
We
And,
can certainly
and
try.
what would that be?
There's a creature in the wilds who stands between 2 armies of Fomorians, and through his conniving and his wheedling words, has convinced these 2 clans to fight together instead of against each other. They happen to border the city of Astrazalian in its Fey location in the cold months. If the Blight Lord were to be displaced, this alliance might prove brittle and might give me the opportunity to recoup whatever losses we might have taken through these actions of Stolen Branch.
Was it pay?
The pay
Yeah.
is the debt returned from my stolen city.
Yeah, well, we didn't take anything yet.
No. But someone from Saltmarsh ought to repay this debt that Saltmarsh has taken.
Shouldn't we make Prime Water do that? Why are we doing it?
Is he the one who is truly guilty?
I believe that's the name Kralik said Stolen Branch mentioned. And I looked at Kralik.
Yeah, he did say that. Why don't you just take it out of the branch main?
She stands upright, straightening her back, and walks over to Stolen Branch, where he is held by one of the guards, and with one hand lifts him by the bonds and sets him on the ground, and then kicks him with her boot. And he wakes up, and the expression on his face as he comes to see what he is looking at is one of pure terror. And she just smiles and wiggles her fingers over him and says, "Stolen Branch, you've been accused of stealing weapons and selling them to Saltmarsh. and and a name of one of your clients has been given to me. Does the name Prime Water ring any bells?" And he, in a panic, begins to tug and pull at his bonds, and you can see that he begins to try to face step, but her hand flicks, and to her hand is summoned what looks like an icy green, like a green crystal dagger, which she hurls at him, and you can see that he is then instantly poisoned and nearly paralyzed. And she then bends down to pull the gag from his mouth, and in Elvish or in Sylvan begins to whisper rather darkly to him. And you can see like leaves falling off of him as he's trying to teleport, and he can't. Um, and uh, and eventually, you hear him say a single word, and then she puts a massive hand to the side of his face. Uh, and there's a crackle of electricity, and you hear him scream as you can see him being struck with lightning from her palm. Uh, and she pulls her hand back and stands up, and you can smell like the scent of burning flesh as he's dropped to the ground, and curled up and moaning in pain. And she stands to look at you and says, "If you can get Prime Water here to repay this favor and this debt, very well. But until then, Saltmarsh stands in debt to Astrazalian and, more importantly, to the Crown of Titania."
Uh, Krillip does like a slow clap, and like gestures to her and then down to Stolen Branch.
This is a true professional at work. It's beautiful.
And how are we making Prime Water pay exactly? Did you want him to do the same thing you were requesting of us?
She nods.
How many days left before Astrazalian is away from the material plane?
There are 5 dusks counting today before we are returned home.
So let me see if I can get this straight. You want us to go kill a thing before some giants, and then we square, or we get Prime Water and you ask him to kill the thing between the giants?
She nods. This
I
would
mean,
prove much more valuable to me than, again, just empty-handed swords.
I'll look to the others.
I don't see why Prime Water gets to have the fun.
I don't see how Prime Water could possibly accomplish it.
No, I doubt he could either. And I doubt we would be able to get him here, frankly.
We don't know how dangerous this thing we have to fight is. Why should we have to risk our life for his crimes?
Well, it wouldn't so much be risking our lives for his crimes. It would be risking our lives for Saltmarsh. And where is our Acquisitions Inc. franchise located? Furthermore, once we have fulfilled this debt, presumably, we can go retrieve the weapons from Prime Water and they will be ours. It sounds like Lady Chandria is saying she's no longer interested in them if we can accomplish this task.
It also, in fact, puts Gellin in our debt, since all we are doing is clearing his.
Yes, very good point.
I'm frankly of half a mind to kidnap Gellin and bring him here to let him stand trial for his own crimes, but I think in the long run that's probably not the best solution.
Could we do what she asked and then bring Prime Water here and have him receive punishment still?
We could try, although keep in mind he is on the Council of Saltmarsh. Us abducting a council member is probably not going to
Yes,
win
I
us
think
any favors.
I think it would be better to let the other council members know that one of their own has jeopardized the peace and let them mete out justice. Furthermore, we don't know if Gellin was aware he was doing anything wrong. What if he simply was approached and asked if he would like to purchase some weapons?
It's true. You may not have, not that ignorance is an excuse, but he may not have realized the weapons were stolen.
Yeah, I think we should do all that. We'll definitely take the job because I pull out my abacus. All these beads is on this side, and we need to get the beads on the other side.
Grin goes from ear to ear, and she says, "Deal." And when that word is said, there
Now,
is
oh,
there is a weight to the air that binds you all. This is a Fey promise, and this is something you cannot get out of.
Krellick,
Yeah,
I appreciate your enthusiasm, but
oh, it's not enthusiasm. It's a company policy. You see, these skulls here. Look, you don't even have one, right? You
I
gotta get one.
likely never will. But
Hey,
in the same way that
don't say that.
tracking those things is your job, acceptance and formation of deals is mine. And the deal is made, and we have literally negotiated for nothing. So,
Yeah, but we get to kill a thing, and that makes the beads go.
you're not getting paid, Krellick. That's my point. There's no pay, there's no compensation, there's no
You didn't.
recompense.
She didn't offer pay. She just said we was in trouble. So
That's where negotiation would come in before you accepted. You know what? This is not the place to have this conversation.
Oh, yeah. Did your thing record everything we just said?
Oh, yes, it's recording all the time.
So afterwards, we could take that to Etta and show her that Prime Water is doing something
Oh,
not
yes.
legal, right?
Yes, if assuming we can get back to Saltmarsh.
All right. Well, I guess I'm okay with doing this then, as long as Prime Water gets punished.
I concur.
Well, one step at a time. Let's deal with this Blight Lord first. Man, it would have been really nice to negotiate for perhaps some intelligence on this, but some intel
Hey,
on who or
this-
what this
this-
is.
that's my bad. All right, next time it's all you.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I don't know who you take me for. I'm nothing like Oberon. I plan on sending people who are doing me favors and who I would very much like to succeed with aid. And
You'll forgive me.
she
I have no idea who Oberon is, so I'm afraid your comparison falls flat. I know nothing about you. I know nothing about this court. I met the lady Sylphir, and I'm sorry, I met the Matron Kethlis and High Patron Thorvel, what, yesterday? 2 days ago? So I've known them for less than 48 hours.
She laughs.
You understand my reticence.
And her great sword lifts just an inch off the ground and then taps against the floor. And there's a little rumble in the stone, and a couple of attendants, some fey creatures, come forward with some items, and she says, "We can negotiate pay this way, I think. If you survive, I think it is amenable that you keep the items which I gift you now."
I know, Yumi, I know.
She waits for you to. Yeah.
Yep, that's certainly.
Given that we've already agreed, that sounds
Yeah, I
fantastic.
mean, she has all the power right now to just be like, here you go.
So you are handed a ball of gauze with runes marked across it, a pendant with a fractured heart in its jewel, some spectacles. Hold on. And some bracers, a dagger, and a very small ring. There you go.
All right, the magic ring is mine, obviously. I need my spell DC upped, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Those frogs aren't going to messenger themselves.
That's true.
The bottom line is low numbers are bad. Your spell DC is a low number. You gotta
Yeah,
get that up.
yeah. Look, it's literally 0. I need to do something.
We thank you for these items and for any information you can give us on this Blight Lord. When you say you need him removed or dealt with, do you?
I-
Go
I
ahead.
would recommend lighting him on fire. He is a treant creature that long ago became corrupted by some leaking residuum, or maybe just access to shadow. It happened some time ago, and I have had many blows to the head since then. My memory is not what it used to be. However, he's still a thorn in my side and holds a good quarter of the forest where there's prime territory for Fomorians to be fighting each other rather than fighting at my gates. If you could eradicate him and possibly burn that part of the forest, I could see this debt repaid.
I look at Zashel and smile.
In I am sure. Yeah, I was just thinking that exact same thing. I am sure that we can accomplish this for you, or as long as you can get us into the Fae. We will do our absolute best.
Shall be done. And we will take our 10, and when we come back, you guys can tell me whether or not you'd like to go immediately, or if you would like to wait until another point. You honestly, because of where it's going to be and everything, you guys don't have really a time restriction per se. You guys could just wait until Astrazalian goes to the Feywilds, but that's still That's a long time for you guys to not be doing anything. So,
Boo.
Yeah, that also makes it harder to get back if we
Mhm.
succeed. So I think
Mhm.
it makes more sense to try to go as fast as we can.
Yes.
All right.
I would like to buy some supplies before we go.
Sure. Yeah. Uh, if you want to like put together a list for that, we can maybe finish that on break. But if not, we'll finish it after break ends, and we'll be back at 20 after. Right, folks. I think we're all here, right? Adam, you're here. Monkey, are you
Mhm.
here?
Nope.
And Sean, you're here.
Yes.
All right, and Ted, you're here. All right.
Monkey. Did Monkey say nope?
Yes, she did.
Oh, okay.
And she knows the rules. If she says no, she doesn't get XP. Okay. So, is preparations that you wanted to make? Yumi, you were interested in purchasing some things, or
Alchemist fire, some oil, something to light stuff on fire.
yeah, dude. Yeah, you can purchase that, no problem. Chandria will allow you to leave audience so that you can go and prepare, and then whenever you're ready, you can return, and she will have you sent on your way.
How much that's gonna cost?
Let me find out for you.
Probably 20 more arrows, because that's not gonna hurt.
It never hurts. Oh God, come on. There it is. I always open the wrong thing, the wrong compendium thing. So Alchemist Fire is going to be 50 gold.
Pricey.
Yes.
I think that's why I was looking for oil originally. I'm like, I don't know if I can afford alchemist fire.
Oil costs 1 silver piece.
Yeah, I'll just buy 5 bottles of oils and I'll just light them on fire.
Okay. That will require. So it'll just so you know, it takes an action to light and then an action to throw. That good?
Yep. Sorry, I'm
Okay.
just typing.
That's fine.
And I'll buy 20 more arrows.
How much is that again? It's like a
One
gold,
gold,
right? Yeah.
20, yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else need anything?
I would go with Yumi to for supplies. Krellick would ask the lady where he can find something to chop wood with, real good.
She would direct you towards hand axes, which you already have a lot of.
I look I point to the hand axe and then I point to my big maul and I'm like,
No, this size, real big.
Oh, right. And a great axe, I believe, is 50 gold. Let me find out. Great axe, 30 gold.
cool. I will pay 30 gold. Buy a great axe.
Okay. Anyone else need anything?
Nothing springs to mind immediately.
I would like to have a quick conversation with Zashel, since the other two have left. Zashel, do you remember where you bought that lamp?
The lamp?
Mm-hmm.
The wood carver in Saltmarsh. The gnome, not the gnome. Yes, gnome.
Yes, I think her name was Delar.
That's the one.
Didn't she mention something about getting some wood that was brought down by lightning?
Or from a gallows, yes.
I wonder if any
parts of the body of this treant might suffice for that request.
Certainly worth a try.
Yes, let's try and sneak some into Betty after we are successful in our endeavor.
I mean, I think the aid that she was talking about was these items, not sending guards with us. So I don't think we'll have to do much sneaking.
Oh,
But-
very well then.
No, yeah, it's definitely it's worth consideration.
I'll make a note of it.
Okay. That everything?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. So once the two have been brought back to the castle, into the audience hall, Chandria beckons to an attending sorcerer, who brings you into a
Oh,
room.
we're leaving right now.
Unless you would not like, unless you'd like to not do that yet.
Oh, sorry. I thought there would be like a moment before we then left.
Yeah, sure.
Because I wanted to talk to that lady.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
I will approach her, and say to her,
Your ladyship, I really like your big sword.
She blinks and her grin just kind of stays content and a little smug. I'm quite fond of it myself.
Yeah, you look like very badass.
Thank you.
I prefer normally. Well, I got an X. What with the tree but normally, I use the hammer because I like hearing the heads crack. I knew you'd be one to understand.
She nods.
What you gonna do with the branch?
Oh. Well, now that he's been disfigured and his line dishonored, I shall be ensuring that he loses even more of both his dignity and his rights and his ability to affect this kingdom. His wand will be broken and taken. He will not be permitted to take any or have hold of any focus. He's lucky to be keeping his tongue in his hands.
That sounds brutal.
I'm not very well liked for my politics, but I'm quite effective.
I can see that. You you ever have need of another heavy hitter? You let me know.
She raises her eyebrow and she says, I often do call upon hired swords for this very specific and this exact sort of request. It is a real damned shame to see a Ladrin fall to such foul creatures as Fomorians. And truthfully, me and my aunt have fewer qualms about asking outsiders if they are willing to put their lives on the line for the sake of our own front lines and our own safety. If you are truly interested, then perhaps we could arrange for you to be here in the autumn and winter, and I could find you work. Find
Maybe.
use for something like you.
Yeah, maybe. I got a gig with these right now, yeah. So, if you need help, we're available. acquisitions yet?
We'll see. We'll see what happens. If you all come back, then perhaps we might have something to talk about.
Sounds good. I'm just gonna have a quick one with my friend. Yep.
I'll kneel down, get next to Stolen Branch. Is he? They're still keeping him bound.
He is bound and his gag has been replaced.
Okay.
And you can see like the half of his face that she had touched is melted.
Oh. Ugh. No blindfold though.
No.
Okay. I want to I'll get down, put my face next to in front of his, and lean in close to look in whatever's left of his eyes. My beak opens and I guess a smile. I haven't quite figured out the anatomy of how the turtle smiles, but
With his eyes.
yeah, or speaks, because technically, right, like you can't pronounce these words. I'll look at him and smile and say,
Who's the dumb one now?
and then I'll walk away from him and join the others.
While over him, you can see not only like just sheer terror, and fear and anguish in his eyes, but also he's shaking as like more leaves fall from him, and in his like extremities, like at his ears and at his nose, the golden red and the warm colors of autumn are fading to like a black and a blue as he is slowly falling into winter and despair, because his life is ruined.
When I join the others, I'll pull out the abacus and then push a skull from my name over.
Fucking killed him, didn't I?
Okay. Anything else then? Okay. So you will be taken to an antechamber which has branching branching hallways and passages.
Actually, I'm sorry. I thought of something, but it didn't occur to me initially because I've been so focused on Chandria. Is High Matron Kethlis still there?
She is, and she
Okay.
is being cared for. She is in no way in any trouble.
No, I realize that. I just wanted to have a quick
Sure.
aside.
Sure.
Hi, Matron. Aside from the events of today, previously we had spoken about a separate association outside of my work with Acquisitions Incorporated. You had said that the decision, the choice, would be influenced by other events, which I believe included this situation with Stolen Branch and Chandria. I don't exactly know if we can be considered to be on Chandria's good side at this particular moment in time. But if I could still have my associate contact you, that would be...
Of course. Yes. While this is not what I would consider decent circumstance,
No.
it at least proves to me well enough your, say, tenacity and the effort that you have put forth here. If this is to be expected in whatever deal is to be made, I find this acceptable.
I will discuss this further with Chandria when, if, I suppose, we return. Thank
She
you.
nods. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, folks. Are you ready to go now?
Yes.
Very ready.
Okay. Into a chamber that is marked with many different teleportation runes and circles. Uh, the walls have drawings of different symbols and iconography and other things, so that other circles could be crafted here as necessary. And a mage takes you to one such circle and puts you in the center, and you are sent to a a bright forest filled with color and depth and powerful powerful odors of the oncoming harvest. Everything is luminous and intense and in a lot of ways difficult to look at. You have been given direction, don't worry. um, but this is an approximation of where you can be placed, and you will be directed in approach through some directions you are handed. Towards where it is supposed the Blight Lord is resting, perhaps, or plotting. The plane is a little bit different here, whereas in the material there is a, you know, there is an expanse and a curvature that, gives you a horizon. The Feywilds is a little bit different in that it's completely flat and you can technically see much farther than you would normally expect if it were not for the ever-present twilight sky that is dim and gray at the horizons and a foggy purple and blue at its zenith. The sun rests against the mountainsides, and a moon is above you and gives off most of the light. Can I get some perception checks from everybody? Wow.
Portal power.
Does my tree frog need to make a perception check?
He could if he wants to.
No, that's fine.
If you take a
I'm
hit from an
assuming that-
AoE, that thing is dead.
I'm assuming the 21 was actually the tree frog.
I can beast sense with him, so technically.
Okay, so the turtles can see through the foliage that is at once deep trees and also great blooming flowers that are tall enough to be counted as massive shrubberies. There is a stomping, plodding footstep. In fact, two sets of footsteps. In the in the not great distance, but a ways away still. They appear to be. Oh boy. They appear to be incoming. Kralik, would you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh, sure. It's a 10.
Cool. You you are under a light charmed effect, where your allies grant you a +1 while you are within 10 feet of them for the next minute, as you've eaten some magic vegetation.
Oh, okay. A general +1,
Yep.
like a all bless.
Yep. Just
Okay.
a +1 to everything.
Sick.
For a minute.
Cool.
You know, I think I saw this place like maybe like a year and a half ago after I ate some very fine mushrooms.
These are pretty good. Yeah, you want some?
It's like bits falling out of his mouth.
Maybe I'll
thank
save some for later.
I'm good,
Oh.
thanks.
I forgot that you are down 2 players, so it's 1 set of footprints you hear.
No, we got
You sure?
this, right?
You want to do it? Yeah?
No, we don't. No.
We do.
I mean, if we're taking a vote, I'll lose anyway. So fuck it, let's do it.
All right. Okay.
I'm kidding. 100% kidding.
No, we're fine. We have Betty.
Okay. I will. I might kill you then on accident.
Yumi's not afraid of a TPK.
Okay. Here we go, folks.
I think I would have gotten like a short rest from the last fight to this fight, or no?
Yes.
Oh, there is a question, right? Like, was there time to attune to the items we were given?
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold on to that ring of small magic if no one else is gonna bother, because
I
I
don't
know
think
you got
I don't
spell
think
attacks or
anyone's-
save DCs, right? Oh no, I guess Yop does, but you don't mind Yop,
No,
right?
all yours. Oh boy.
Yeah, let me roll her. Come on, more than a 10. It's a 6.
Oh, that's unkind of me. Oh.
Awesome to hear. Yep.
Okay, is that everybody? All right. Okay, Yumi, you are up first. You see, distantly, a very iconic troll. And then secondarily, you see a ogre creature that has on its back some sort of giant wooden structure. Looks like a platform, and almost actually looks more like a shed built onto its back, and it's holding it on with by shoulder straps.
He's wearing a howdah. Oh my god.
Okay. I guess I will try to shoot that thing first.
Okay. Oh my god. Yeah,
Starting
dude.
strong.
And I'll again.
Okay.
It's that's all.
Okay. Works for me. Alright, sorry. Just had to kick my Roomba some more. It's really hot in here, so I'm having trouble keeping the door shut, but then the Roomba keeps rolling in. It's stressing me out anyway.
I don't hear the Roomba.
That's good. That's very good. It makes it very hard for me to hear you guys. So, all right. So we have this guy next. This big old fella who has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why not? There we go. That's his turn, and then this big fella. This big guy is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Zashel, your turn.
Which one of these do you think is the Blight Lord? And then I will.
The one that's a tree.
Neither one is a tree.
Well, there you go.
Well, either.
I will. I will use my action to Sacred Flame the. No, actually, you know what? I rolled up my Spells Daily Volume 1 for Magic Missiles, so I will go ahead and Magic Missile. And that uses. That casts the lowest level, or?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So. $13 damage, wow.
To which one?
The close one.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom.
And then
This
I will
thing is
back up.
bloodied. This guy seems a little bit soft, and that shed on his back rocks a little. Krellick?
Can you describe that guy with the thing on his back?
Yeah, it's a big ol' I don't know if my mic picked it up, but it's a big ol', like, ogre type, hefty and blubbery, all, like, face that looks like it's been punched in, and again, like, it looks like it's got a backpack, but it's just a whole shed.
Is there things in the shed?
Um, n n roll a perception check.
Perception. It's an 8.
You hear something rattling in there, but that doesn't could just be his backpack.
It's true. Okay. You had me at Shack to begin with. Krellick will look up at it and just go,
Finally, here we go.
is gonna grab his big maul, run towards this thing, jump in the air to land on top of the shed, and grab a hold. Is there? I'll ask. With doing that, do I break the shed or just land on it?
You would just land on top of it, but you would hear wood groaning under you.
Okay, I'll just put myself there. I don't know if I can
Perfect.
physically be. Okay, cool. I can
Yep.
sit on top of the token. Okay, cool. I'll grab on to like. There's got to be all sorts of stuff up there now. I'll plant my feet and like dig my claws down, like crack into whatever's there. Reach my a great maul up, and I will let out a large bellow and rage, and then try to smash this thing's face further in. Okay, it's reckless, great weapon master. It's an 11 to hit.
That does not hit.
No, it does not. I'm level 5. I have 2 attacks. Hell yeah! All
You're
right.
reckless. Shouldn't that be advantage?
Oh, it is at advantage. Let me roll the other one. A 19 to hit.
19 does hit.
Okay, sick. For 22.
Okay.
Well, plus another 2 for rage. Sorry, I did not
Okay.
click that yet. So 24 total.
Okay.
And then the second smash.
All right.
18 to hit.
Yep.
For 26.
Okay. And as you are up here, bringing the maul down on this creature's face, one second. Gotta fix some things. There is. Your AC's in 19, yeah? Sean?
Sorry, yes, currently 19.
Okay. So you.
Does the plus
You
one apply to your AC?
No.
Are you sure? Because I heard it was a +1 to everything.
It's to your checks, is what I like rolls, yeah.
Okay,
Collect
cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
As soon as you get up here and you dig in, you feel 2 very sharp strikes to your feet and to your legs. Let's see. It's a total of Oh, there's some more. Uh, okay. Um, a total of 30 piercing damage.
Yikes. Okay. Reduced to half.
Yep, so 15.
15. Okay.
Uh, and and after those attacks hit, you hear a roar and a crunch of the skull of the Hauda collapsing, and it falls forward, and that thing dies. But the things inside the shed begin to pull themselves free a little bit, like out, and you can see now some dark figures about 5 feet tall, all wearing hoods and masks inside. They're not quite in that exact formation, but it's about there. Um, and Yop, it's your turn.
Hmm. Wow, I like that previous formation better. That's all right. Yop. Oh dear! At the sight of these hooded figures popping out, and grabs a handle on the back of her shield, and just sort of like a old-fashioned water pump, cranks it up and down a couple times until a bunch of sparks fly out of the top of the shield, and is casting fairy fire. And let me just draw the square. I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
And the DC on this, I believe, is 16. Let me double check that. Yeah.
Okay. The two smaller of the three, the two armed with daggers, the other one is armed with a short sword, fail that save.
Okay. And upon casting that spell, a rather sizable gust of wind. Let me make sure this is right. No, let's not do that. Yop is going to then run up here. And Betty's going to run up here. Get him, Betty. And where is it? Nope.
New. Okay. That sounds like it's it for your turn.
That's it.
Okay, Yumi.
Oh, that doesn't look good. Yumi will try to shoot this one first.
Okay. At advantage. 20 will hit. Okay.
And she'll shoot it again. 19?
Yes. Okay. All
Damage
right.
rolls so bad.
It's okay.
I will
Uh,
also back slightly.
Okay. Krellick, would you make me a con save?
You got it. 24.
Okay. All right. Two arrows fly from Yumi's bow, and the first one knocks this little creature back. The second one strikes it, and it begins to falter, and its body explodes in this massive flash of light that almost like you blink and hold. It's almost blinding. And that one dies.
Does this goblin have a bomb in it?
It's a
It's a bomblin.
It's only on a nat 1 that they have a bomb inside of them.
But every goblin has a chance.
But every goblin might have a bomb in them. Anyway, that one explodes, and then this next one attacks.
Do I take any damage or anything?
Nope. It just would have blinded you if you had failed to save.
Okay, cool.
And then the second one attacks with a 19 to hit.
Krellick?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry.
hits. Yes.
My apologies. I thought I'd mentioned that. Nope. Okay. It's a total of 10. Halved to 5.
Halved to 5, okay.
Mm-hmm. And then his ally will sneak around and strike twice. Oh, wait. It had advantage. Hold on. It had another attack that it would have hit because you did the reckless attack.
Yeah,
right?
I did reckless. Yep.
So it's another 15 to 7.
Okay, so 5 and then 7.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right, and the second one strikes once with a little twirl and dance. Wants to actually. Yeah, we'll do this. Strike to Krellick, and then wants to Yop. 19 to Krellick and a 24 to Yop.
That's a hit.
Yep, definitely hit.
All right. A total an 11 to 5 to Sean and an 11 to Adam.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Okay, cool.
Turn. It's going to bring one massive fist down on top of Betty. That's a natural 20.
That'll be at disadvantage.
That's a 17.
What's Betty's AC? Oh no, that hits.
Okay, better than the natural 20. So 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then a 12 to hit Yop is a miss, and a bite to Betty, a 19.
19's a hit.
5 piercing.
Okay.
And that guy's dead. Zashel, you're up.
Yup, Krellick, how the two are you feeling? And then I will Sacred Flame the troll thing.
Kido. It failed.
8 damage.
Okay. Bonus action for it?
Nope.
Okay.
Not much I can do right now.
All right, Krellick, you're up. They're wearing they're about sized like elves, and they're wearing hoods. You can see some pointed ears, and they're wearing masks.
Okay. I'm going to I'm gonna they've been slashing me up very easily, so I am going to not go reckless with them. And you said the +1 was just to checks, not to attacks, right?
It's to your D20 rolls. It's just not to not to your abilities.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. It's a 22 because he's fairy fired.
Yep, that's a hit.
For 28 damage.
All right, make me a con save.
You got it. 23.
All right, this one also explodes in a ball of light as you as you break its skull open.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna keep the momentum, swing them all back over my head, and then come up and try to lift this guy from his chin, the
Okay.
one in front of me.
Mhm.
And we'll do the same thing. Great Weapon Master. It's just a 15 to hit.
That barely hits.
Ooh, okay. For 26 damage.
All right, he's still up.
And I don't have any bonus actions other than the raging, and I'm all ready. Actually, I killed a man with Great Weapon Master. I get to
There
make
you go.
I get to make another attack as a bonus action. Same dude. I've lifted his chin up. I keep the momentum swinging back around, and then come up to hit him in the gut with it to try to just launch him into the trees nearby. That's the same type of attack. It's a 12.
That's a miss.
Yep. He's able to dodge out of the way just in time.
Would have
That
been
is my
pretty cool if you'd
would have
gotten
been
him.
cool. Yeah, that's my turn.
All right, Yop, you're up.
Yop sees all the damage that our hooded friend has taken and will try and jab him in the face.
Gonna hit. That's definitely a hit.
It's just the 14.
I mean, that's plenty. But could the both of you, including Betty, make a Constitution saving throw?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, does the troll have to?
Yes, he does. And I
Ooh,
was doing that.
Spicy.
Oh,
Okay.
Betty.
Okay. The this is very good. The troll is blinded, Betty is blinded, and the two of them take a total of that's not great rolling for me. 4 points of radiant damage as this darkling explodes in a much more intense flare of light than the last.
There's a certain irony to darklings exploding in radiance.
I didn't make them up.
No, I know.
Right. Is that it for? Oh no, Yop. Any other actions for you?
Yeah, for my bonus action. So that's 2d8. So Betty will heal for 12 points.
Is it still the +2, or is your proficiency bonus?
It's just +2.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
All right, Yumi, you're up.
Okay. Yumi will shoot the troll because that's the only thing remaining, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's not gonna make it.
That'll do.
All right, that's a good hit.
Yeah, you know what? I'll action surge and I'll try to shoot it again. Try to get this thing over with.
Okay. It's blinded. You have advantage.
Right.
Excellent.
That's all.
Excellent. All right. And then it's his turn. Some of the wounds begin to stitch back up, and its severed limbs start to knit back onto itself. And then we will bite to Yop,
Well-
which misses. It's at disadvantage
Okay.
because it's blind. And an attack to Betty at a 14 to hit.
That is a miss.
All right, and a 9 to Yop, which is also a miss. All right. And Zashel.
I will try to move up behind Krellick very carefully and burn one of my spell slots for a cure. Yep, that's right. 19 points.
Oh my god, that's huge.
Bonus action for you?
Nope. I don't have any. I wouldn't be able to cast a spell anyway. So.
Okay. And Krellick.
All right. I'll blink a few times and shake my head from the lights that keep flashing around him. Um, he'll look up at this troll that's like slamming down at Betty and Yop, and he'll try to break one of its knees. It's just him, so I will. Well, as far as I know, I will make these reckless attacks. Oh, wait, it's reckless. It's 14. I don't know.
That is a miss.
Okay, one more time. A 21 to hit.
That's gonna hit. Yep.
For 27 damage.
Okay. Right.
And I'll shout back to the others.
See, this is the kind of things that we need to get. Our numbers are going up.
And Yop.
Yop will try and open up an artery in its leg
Oh.
with a jab. Nice. And I believe that's just 9, yeah. And with a bonus action, is Betty still blinded?
It's the end of her next turn, so I think the
Got
answer
it.
is yes.
Okay, so this is actually going to be a disadvantage.
That's gonna hit though.
All right.
Tie a blindfold on Betty and she'll start hitting things.
Right. And that is it.
Okay.
I was gonna say, technically Yop would be at advantage on the attack, just in case there's a crit, because it's blinded, so it can't see the attack
Oh
coming.
yeah, sure. If you wanna try that reroll at him.
Oh
Well,
my
there
god!
we go.
Okay.
Hits it.
That'll
Hits the
work.
20.
All right.
So that's an additional 8 points of damage.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah. Good looking out.
All right. Oh wait, hold on. No, it took its turn. It wasn't blinded anymore. No, we're fine. We're good. We're just gonna leave it. It doesn't matter. Yumi, you're up.
Shoot it again, I guess.
Okay.
In the hit?
Yes. Not the 13.
20. Yeah, the 13 does not hit. I can't. Word. That is all.
Okay. And then it's its turn. Regeneration. And going to attack Krellick. That's gonna miss. And then attack Yop is gonna miss. Yikes.
Okay,
And
nice.
Betty is also gonna miss.
It does have advantage to hit Krellick.
Yeah, it was a 14 at advantage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Zashel?
I will. If everybody is looking okay, go ahead and switch tracks here. And do I have anything that does fire? I don't think I have any fire spells right now. Nope. So I will just Eldritch Blast it. It's not blind, so this is just normal. Where's this? There it is.
It'll hit.
And second beam will not.
Okay.
And
Krellick?
I'm gonna back up a bit.
Okay.
Oh man, I was hoping Zashel was gonna get it, and that would be Zashel's like first kill on the Abacus. Is a big ass troll.
Krellick would go nuts.
That would be awesome. It'd be excellent.
Enthusiasm.
Yeah,
Right,
he's
no.
not jealous about it. He would love it. He would love for
Oh,
all
no.
of you.
Right, I mean, go nuts with excitement, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, all right. It's swinging wild. It's things are getting crazy. I will step onto the body of this elf, like just smush its head into the ground, and bring the maul up to try to buckle the rib cage of this thing. I will go reckless, great weapon master at it, for a nat 20.
Nice.
For not as great on the secondary damage, but 28 damage altogether.
Okay.
I imagine
Still
it's still standing.
Still
Yeah,
standing?
obviously
Yep.
it's obvious it's a troll. It's obviously still standing, of course. I see its ribs just like crack and some pierce the skin. I'll kind of look at it and then look up at it. Fuck. And I'll try to bring the head of the maul over to break its teeth. 22 to hit for 25 damage.
Yep.
And just kind of heave. Look to you up. I'm pretty sure I killed it. And that's my turn.
In response to
didn't you
that,
crit?
it slobber and roars.
Can't you great weapon master? Great weapon master the feat when you crit, or is that only when you drop something?
When I score a critical, yeah, you are correct. Hey, what do you know? You've played this more than I have.
I've actually never played a great weapon fighter.
Oh, sick.
I don't think I've ever remembered that rule, and I use that feat a lot. 22 is gonna hit.
Don't you use it on Fitz?
I think I do, and that makes me feel real stupid about not remembering that.
It's a 15.
15 hits.
15 does hit. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Cool. For 27 damage.
All right.
Jesus.
It's just its jaw gets knocked off, but it still roars and spits all over at you.
I just roar and spit back at it. It's my turn.
Yup.
I will go for the major artery in the other leg.
All right, that's gonna hit. Excellent. Yep.
And get him, Betty.
That'll hit. And yep, very good. It's still standing.
That's it.
All right. Yumi.
Would I know that I need to burn this thing?
Make me a nature check. Yes.
All right. Pull out one of those oils that she bought, light it, and she'll come up here and she'll toss it next turn.
Okay, so it's an action to light it. Do you want to take it? You can either just drop it as part of this turn and maybe it works, or you can just
Next turn.
Okay, all right.
Yop wants to take it out of my hand.
All right. This thing regenerates a little bit.
Can you action surge to do it?
Already action surge.
Oh, you already did. Okay.
And is going to strike out at the thing that's coming at it with fire. A 26 to hit Yumi.
That's going to be a disadvantage.
All right, so that's a 9.
Thank you, Betty.
Yep. But then a 16 and a 22 for Yumi.
Those both hit.
Okay, for a total of 30.
That hurts.
Yeah, that almost eviscerates Yumi. Zashel, your turn.
Oh goodness, Yumi, don't die on me.
You're fine. It's okay. I can heal myself. It's fine.
Okay, if you're sure.
Take your turn. Take your turn. You're good. If you want to use your heal, you can use your heal.
No, wait, no, wait. I will. I will Eldritch Blast. 24 to
Hit.
hit for 1 damage.
All right.
25 for 7.
Hell yeah, man. Excellent. It's still up. And Krellick?
Okay. All right. Looking at this thing, its body parts are like the ribs are like healing themselves back into place. Um,
Um, fuck this.
I'll toss the maul on the ground and then go to tackle it. I don't know if I can shove it to the ground, but I'll try to.
Okay. God, do I have to look up the grapple rules on size categories again?
Here, I will do this for us.
Good. You don't have to look up the rules. You can just say he can.
The grapple of the
No
target
more
of your
than
grapple.
one size larger.
Yes. And this is only one size larger, so.
Bingo bongo. All right.
Oh, why did he roll so bad?
Okay, it's I'm raging, so
Yep,
it's a
you got
26.
advantage. That's gonna do it.
I'll like grab him by both legs, like, and just gonna lift him in the air, and then just toss him back onto his onto his back.
Okay. So you're doing a shove attack, yeah?
Yes, yeah, I'm doing a
Okay.
shove attack.
Oh wait, hold on. It'd be there.
Oh, I think you move into their space. Is that no, you don't automatically move. I will I will leap into the air and like land on its head, and just put like a big one of my clawed hands like just right on its face and try to hold it down to the ground. So I guess that'll be the grapple. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Nat 20.
Okay, that's gonna do it.
And just holding him, be like,
Could someone fucking kill this thing?
All right, yeah.
All right. Yop will move up here, and I assume since it's on the ground, I've got advantage.
It's technically only grappled, it's not restrained.
It's not prone.
Correct? I believe that is
Okay.
how shove works. I believe
No
that's how
worries.
shove works.
That's fine.
Ooh.
And Betty will move up here. Oh dear, Betty. Make me proud.
Oh.
No,
No.
that's it.
Disappointed. Yumi.
All right. Yumi is just gonna toss the oil, burning oil, at this thing.
Okay, so this is still going to be a check. It's going to be an attack with a improvised weapon, but it does have a damage of like D6, I think. So make not an athletics, make a strength attack roll. I don't think you have proficiency in improvised weapons.
No, I do not. Oof.
Okay, it just the fiery oil is now spilled across the ground.
That's fun. I'm just gonna back away from that. Now that I've dropped it, I'm like, oops. And then I will just second wind.
Okay.
Ah, bro, my life.
Okay. So this thing, sort of half pinned, reaches its head around to snap out at Krellick, and hits you for 12, half to 6,
Okay,
and then
cool.
kicks out its legs at Betty, with a critical hit for
That'll be a. Oh, actually, can't do it for herself. I don't.
I don't think it can.
Nope.
It has to be an
Yep.
ally. For a total of 18,
Okay.
and then Zashel, you're up.
Well, what do we do to kill this thing? And I will just Eldritch Blast it again.
Okay, that's gonna
19.
hit. Mm-hmm. Okay,
And 15.
that'll hit.
10
Nice.
force damage.
Very good. Very good. Kralik.
I'd like to. Okay, so, I saw Yumi come up with like oil. She didn't. You didn't light the oil, but you tried to throw it at it,
No, I
right?
No,
oil. It's
yeah,
there's oil on the ground.
she did like a shitty Molotov cocktail.
I'm sorry. So it was lit or was not lit?
It was lit.
Okay,
Basically, there's a fire like right about here.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just piecing together like she came up to throw it at the thing, but missed. All right, Krellick's not stupid. I just don't think that he's really fought a troll. So let's roll a flat d20. But let's see what he does.
You can roll a nature check.
Sure. I will roll a nature check as well. I know what he will do in the situation.
A 15 gives you the information that it's to kill it, it has to be. You have to light it on fire.
Sick. All right, cool. I'll grab. I think I still have its face.
Yes.
I will grab its face and wheel him around, and then drag him over, and then push his face down into the flames.
Yeah. He didn't try to break grapple, so yeah. Yeah, I think you can just do that by the mechanics of the grapple and move. So I'll let you do that.
Oh, cool. Can I do anything else? I don't know how much that took of my action, my turn.
It was technically movement. If you would like to take an action to try to burn his skin into the fire, that could be an attack. That could be a strength attack.
I will just slam his face down into the fire a few times
Okay.
for my turn.
Yeah, that's an unarmed attack.
Okay, hell yeah. I have claws for unarmed. Is that the same thing?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I don't think a 10 or a 13 does it. And a 15?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, if you can roll damage for your claws, and I will roll fire damage, which is actually very good.
All right, 10 claw damage.
All right, excellent. All right. His face and the upper part of his mouth, which is exposed because its jaw got ripped off earlier, is starting to hiss and burn. And it's shrieking. Yop, your turn.
Yop will continue with the same course of action she's been doing, just aiming for those legs.
It's a hit. Okay.
And, we're gonna have Betty use the second of those. Oh boy. Okay.
All right. Yumi?
You won't pull out her bow again and try to shoot this thing.
Okay. That's a
18.
hit. Excellent, yeah. That's a hit. Nice. Okay. And that's your turn?
Yep.
Okay. That final arrow through its open mouth uh pierces the back of its throat. And that first one hits it square in the shoulder that you can see falls deep past the clavicle. And with its face melting in the fire, it gurgles and spits and falls and smothers the flame, and it finally dies. Yay!
Woohoo! Hmm. Are you happy now, Krennic?
Should just start burning everything. God, I hate fire so much. And you just sit down on the ground.
Yumi. Yumi is so cool.
Wait, Yumi, why do you hate fire?
Burns everything. Has the fire gotten out of control? I mean, we're in like a forest.
No, the body fell on top of it and just put it out.
That was incredible.
We should gather up whatever we're keeping, and we should go somewhere else looking for this Blight Lord. We don't want to be here if something comes to investigate the noise.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, hey, did you all see there was like those things all riding that thing's back?
I did see that, and they exploded.
I did not like that part.
I didn't like that part either.
Pretty cool though. I wish I was big enough that like I could carry like a thing.
Your frog croaks. Oh,
The
fuck.
frog still alive?
I was just gonna say, there was an AoE. I don't think that frog survived.
What? What? What?
I'm gonna leave that frog. If I forgot about it, I won't kill it.
No. No, we
Although
must.
it would sort of be entertaining if there was just a frog corpse on Krellik's shell that he continued to talk to.
It's what? It was it was a D20 con roll, yeah?
I don't
Okay.
like this math.
The frog rolled a 4.
Oh, that
Yeah, that's
okay.
ending poorly.
That's a dead frog.
Jeffrey? Jeffrey, come here. Oh no.
I'm so sorry, Krennic.
He lived a good life. Oh, you think he'd like to be buried here?
It is beautiful.
Don't think anything would like to be buried here. This place is horrible.
It's alright, you should try some of the greenery.
I'll reach down and just with a claw dig a little hole in the soil.
Hold on. Yumi rummages through her bag and hands you a hand spade.
Alright.
I'll use the hand spade to dig a little hole, and I'll put the little tree frog in and cover him, pat the soil, and
Thank you, Yumi.
You're welcome.
Should we say something? Zeshu, you're real good at saying things.
Rest in peace, Jeffrey. Your services were useful, and you served as a loyal friend to our friend Krellik. rest in this strange place.
Yop will look around for stone of some sort.
Okay, yeah. You can find a rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it will simply emit a sound.
Okay.
Ribbit. 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 That's all.
Somebody's gonna walk by and be like, I cannot find this fucking frog.
Oh my god.
It's beautiful. It really is.
And that's where we're gonna call session. And
Oh boy.
next week he'll fight the Blight Lord.